Hey guys, I really miss our fun class, and I miss we were making such good progress. We were sounding so good before the break, the spring break, and I'm sad that we've lost some of that momentum. But I'm hoping we can keep going, keep learning. So I've got for us. I'm going to do my best from home. Right now, we're just going to continue in our red book. I know I hear the groans right now. I know, but we'll learn a lot, and we'll get really good at our technique. And so we're going to do some stuff out of the red book. The page that you saw to get to this video has a list of the numbers we're going to play from the book for these two pages, page 18 and 19. And it also has reminders of things going on. There's some videos on finger patterns. The finger pattern for these two pages is really reinforcing our high third finger, which is this finger pattern where we have 1, 2, big space to 3, 4. But as we get on in it, it's really reinforcing it for violas and cellos. So as we get to the end of page 19, so we can really focus on getting a good vibrato and a good sound. So those are the things I want you to think about when we get towards the end. All right, so I want to remind you guys that I do have office hours on Canvas right now. Canvas chat does not exist yet, but I think there will be a chat. I hear rumors that there will be a chat option available, in which case we'll chat during those times. For now, let's just plan on Canvas emails, and I can reply back to your emails really easily. If you're playing something and it's not sounding the way you want it to sound, or something's not quite going right, try videoing yourself, and maybe you'll be able to self-diagnose and see what's going wrong. And if you can't, that's my job. So send me that through that email. Send me a little quick video of what's going wrong so I can see if I can help you, or see if you can describe it and see if I can help, so that you can keep sounding better and better every day. I miss you guys so much. Okay, we're going to play page 18 and 19. We're going to start with number 73, which is a symphony from Beethoven. It doesn't sound like it ends, because it doesn't end, because it's not the ending point, but it's a really good finger pattern exercise for sure, and a pretty theme. So we have the high 3 pattern, and I would prefer to start with 4th finger A. That'll help me find where my G sharp is. So I'm going to go through the names of the notes for 73, and then we can play it together. So I've got 4th finger A, G sharp, F sharp, E, 4th finger D, C sharp, B. So the first line, I would definitely use the 4th fingers. The second line, I think open strings will work just fine. And that's another good practice, going from an open to a high 3rd finger as well. All right, so the second line is B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp. Another open D there. So the first line, use the 4th fingers instead of open strings, and the second line, use open strings instead of 4th fingers. That can be a great practice back and forth on those types of things. So if you need any of those notes again, the great thing about the video is that you can rewind it, and you can go, wait, what was that note again? And you can go, oh yeah, it's this one. Okay. So let's go ahead and play it. If you want to practice with me first, pizzicato, and then add the bow, you can totally do that. Remember, nobody's watching you at home. It's just you in this video. So you don't have to worry about feeling like you're being judged by your classmates or whatever. It's just you and me, and actually not even me, because I'm far, far away. Not really far. I'm just in my house, just like you are. Let's go ahead and play this. Like I said, you can rewind it as many times as you want and practice it as many times as you want, so that you can get even better. All right, 73. So make sure my A is right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you did even better than I did. And remember that your dotted half notes get 3 beats. There's a couple of lines we're going to be playing today that have those dotted half notes. Remember, they get 3 full beats. All right, 76 is the A major scale. This one actually doesn't have the finger pattern that we just practiced. but it does for violas and cellos. So this one, we can still practice getting good sound on our E string and not getting that twangy open E sound. So some ways that I do that is I remove weight from the bow, so I'm not pressing so hard. And I also tilt my bow stick a little bit more on the E string than I would on the A and the D string. So I tilt a little bit more so I have fewer hairs touching, and it's a little bit lighter. I feel like I'm pulling the weight out so that it doesn't sound like a twangy E string. So when you hear professionals playing, they do play open E, but they don't make it sound like an open E. They make it sound almost like a fourth finger. So it's a neat little way to be sneaky about that. So we're going to try that. I want to play Mississippi Stop Stop on number 76, A major scale. We're going to go this beat. I'll just show you. Ready? Go. Tuning any of those notes, feel free to practice again and make small adjustments so that it gets really in tune. You can also practice this scale with your tuner app and make sure each finger is landing in tune. Remember, the tapes are a guideline, but they're not end all be all. They could be wrong, especially as much as this weather has changed. We had hot, we had cold, we had hot. I hear it's going to be cold again this weekend. So yeah, it's going to keep changing. So make sure that you are using your ears more than your eyes. Okay, and if you're having trouble with that, the Tonal Energy app is the one I recommend. It's the Smiley Face app. It is, I think, $4, $3.99, but it's worth every penny because it can also record yourself as well, so you can hear yourself playing with a little bit better than just your phone video or something like that. The sound quality is a little bit better. All right, so now we're gonna play the A major scale again. Haha, see what I did there? And we're gonna play half notes for each note. So we're playing it like it's really slow. So when we get to the end, it'll be a long A. Okay, so we're gonna go this beat. 1, 2, ready, and. On this instrument has a funny sound. It's a wolf tone, so I'm going to work harder on pressing a little bit harder. What a wolf tone is that the instrument is fighting back with the resonant of the string, and so it gets this like kind of sound. And so usually you see it on cellos a lot around F and F sharp, and so it's interesting it's on C sharp on the violin, and I'm not sure, I might have to get a special thing called a wolf eliminator that goes here that helps get rid of that wolf. It's only been happening since I put these strings on, so maybe it's these strings that it's having problems with. I'm not sure. All right, so we did that nice and slow half notes. Here's what you can do, is we're gonna play it again at regular speed. If you want to, practice either this time with me, or you can rewind it and do it again. And you can do it like in a round. Remember how we played in a round in class? So I'll play 2 notes and then you copy after me, and that'll be another great way to check your tuning with your ears. And I'll try to get that C sharp to not sound funny. All right, 1, 2, ready, and. So, like I said, you can play through that with me and then do it as a round. It'll be really fun. Okay, we're gonna, that's the end of page 18 of what we're gonna do. You are certainly welcome to practice these other lines. It helps you with that high 3 as well on the G string. So we are going to play, we're not going to play 79. Your viola friends and cello friends are going to play 79 because it's with their third finger. But we are going to play 81 because it's good practice for our D major scale. So both back on the A major scale and the D major scale now, you should press pause to write in the names of the notes. I would go ahead and make sure you did that for the E string notes on 76. I'm not sure everybody knows the E string notes. So the second measure of 76 is E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Okay, back over to 81. Sorry about that little blip. Back over to 81, I think we know these notes, but it's good review to write it in. And we also have a scale, a slur, and then at the end we have an arpeggio. So that one might be the one that you want to write the notes in just because it skips notes, and so it's hard, a little trickier sometimes. All right, so press pause to write in your notes. Okay, so you've written in the names of the notes, and we're going to play 81. We're going to go this one a little bit quicker because we know this one. Easy, right? So if you need to practice that again, be sure to just click rewind and do it again. We're going to do 82, Rigadoon. So Rigadoon is a fun one. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and add in vibrato all the way through this. Quick reminders. It does say to put in the letter names for the form that you're going to play so you can figure out if it's binary or ternary. Can't wait to have a discussion and find out what our answers are. I said tertiary, wrong word. And so we've got quick reminders on first and second ending. So the first time we play the first ending, and the second time we play the second ending. So at letter A, we're going to play letter A, first ending, and then we go back to letter A, but we play the second ending. Then we go to line B, and we play the first ending, repeat line B, and play the second ending. All right, feel free to pizzicato along with this first go through, just to make sure that you know what the notes are doing and the roadmap of where you're going, so you can hear it while you're playing along. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So some quick things that I want to remind you about is that our dotted half notes get 3 beats. We have a couple of those in here. On letter B, the first measure definitely should be 4th fingers because this can be 2 crazy crossing strings. So if you want to pizzicato practice that real quick, I would definitely do 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So you don't have to keep going back and forth on your string and your bow looks like you're playing a fiddle tune instead of a Baroque piece, right? And on the second measure of line B, I'd play 4th finger for the first ending, but I'd play open for the second ending. I think because you see where you're going. So the first ending, you're staying on the D string, so you might as well play 4th finger. But the second ending, you're going over to the A string, so you might as well lead into it with an open A. There's also a bow circle set, and there are some dynamics. See if we can add in our dynamics and add some vibrato this time. All right, same speed. If you're ready to play arco with me, go ahead. If you need another practice with pizzicato, you can either go back to that one, or you can pause it and practice on your own and figure out the spots that are giving you troubles. Whatever you need to do so that you can be super successful. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. hopefully you did even better than I did and your vibrato is looking great. Remember, for vibrato, you can do an arm vibrato, which is like what the cellos do, where your whole arm is wiggling, which I definitely do when I play first finger. You can also do a little bit smaller motion where you're just moving your wrist. I feel like it's like if you were tapping, so that your wrist is going. And I can do that a little bit more with the third finger and the second finger. My first finger doesn't like to do that. Also, I know with cello, your thumb may want to move or release tension. If you're squeezing too tight, there's definitely no way you're going to vibrato because you need the flexibility in your hands. So you might want to think about your thumb as well in vibrato, and that'll help you do a little bit better. Maybe I should do a separate vibrato video. Hint, hint. All right, we're going to jump to chorus from Judas Maccabeus. This one has a repeat at the end, also has some dynamics. See if you can vibrato fourth finger. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the last note, make sure you're thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and before you release. And that just draws your audience in. Both Rigadoon and Judas Maccabeus would be great songs for you to play for your family. You can work those up and go, hey, I'm going to have a recital. That would be fantastic. I miss you guys. I can't wait till we're back together. I'm looking forward to making more videos for you. Expect at least one a week. I got to make them for the other classes too. All right, I miss you guys. I hope you're staying safe and healthy.